I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous. Not that vain, I just wanna be greatness.
Hello, everyone.
What's up, gang? How y'all doing this morning? Harley, don't start. Chill out. What's she growling at?
She growls at any noise she hears.
Thank you, Holly, for the gift memberships.
Yes, that was nice of you.
That's nice of you.
Who got them, I wonder?
I can't tell on my screen. Look on yours. They all come up in green right after.
Sugar Mama was gifted a membership from Holly, Prissy, Missy, Amy, Laura Jean, and Aurora. I can't say that. You say that.
Aurora.
He's waiting for me to see if I can say it.
Oh, I was dying for it. I was like, here we go. Here we go. Here it comes.
I can't say. I've never been able to say that word. I have a hard time with the other, like R-O.
Is that what Taylor has trouble with?
Yeah.
R's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even attempt it.
Our little girl Taylor, she's in speech, and she's gotten a lot better. But man, sometimes she'll say a word, and I'll just be like, "What?"
Yeah, I think I understand her. I just used to her talking now, but but some of them it's hard to tell what she's saying.
Say rural.
No.
Come on.
I can't say that.
We'll try it.
No.
That's how you learn.
I can't say it. Rural.
You said it.
Rural.
Rural. Hell, I think you say it better than I do. Rural.
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 Roy. I used to couldn't say Roy, the name.
Roy?
Roy. Yeah. Roy.
Really?
Yeah. See, I still say it.
You know what I want to talk about first?
Let's hear it.
Damn you, Dudley, you let us down.
No.
I am so shocked.
John used to take up for him.
I didn't take up for him. I said, out of the
like
people we have seen so far, he seemed the most credible.
Yeah.
I was wrong. All right?
Yeah.
I was wrong. There. It's finally happened. You can celebrate. How long have we been together?
No,
18 years.
I thought he looked halfway believable.
He couldn't smoke that much damn meth, or he's got false teeth. One of the two.
A lot of people can put on a persona pretty good.
He did it good.
Yeah.
I still don't think he had shit to do with Summer.
No.
But
when there's all that gossip between Dawn and him working and leaving to get drugs and stuff, now you have to think, was he in on it,
I thought it was funny that how Dawn acted about seeing Dudley high. How crazy it was to Dawn. Dawn was just like it was alien to him.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get it. He was doing weird stuff, man. I'm crazy. I don't know what it was.
Who did Dudley was saying that about Dawn?
No, Dawn was saying that about Dudley. Like he was so blown away by what somebody acted like when they were on drugs. Like he'd never seen it before.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Disingenuous is what I'll call it. Dudley, bad boy, what you gonna do when they come for you? 2 arrests, man, like in weeks, a couple weeks. I don't even know if it was a whole 2 weeks. I think maybe 13 days, somebody said.
Or maybe he didn't do this, maybe he was recovering or something for a while, then relapsed, It could have been that.
Maybe. Or he could be new to the drug and it's kicking his ass. That's why he keeps getting arrested.
Yeah, kids don't do drugs. Right.
And don't do meth. Jesus Christ.
That stuff will tear you up and your family up.
People on that shit, if you've ever seen somebody that's done it for a long time, they look like death.
And they look possessed. How they move and they're it's just weird.
It is
Very
really
weird.
weird. Extremely weird. I'm shocked by that though. But
It's like eats their body away almost. Like it's just weird. Makes them age a lot faster.
birds of a feather flock together. There you go.
Yeah, and that kind of work usually.
Yeah, there's a lot of drugs in
Yeah.
construction. It's hard work. I think a lot of people though don't do meth because it'd be really hard to do construction and keep fingers and toes doing meth constantly.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that would be a good combination, would it?
I think. Shut up, Harley. There's nothing going on.
Say, I hear the cats out there moving around.
Quit growling it. It's good. Everything's cool.
Body without a soul. You got that right. That's what it seems like. Somebody else is in their body, you know. And they say when you're doing drugs and stuff like that, it lets evil spirits in. I believe that. I don't know if you believe that. He's sitting here acting like I'm crazy. I'm sure half of y'all believe that too.
Did you see the mugshot of Ricky Crawford? He looked rough. I'm not sure who Ricky Crawford is. I'm sorry. Watched a girl paint her house with a craft brush at 8 p.m. What's that?
What?
Damn, with a craft brush?
God, it'd take her mom to get it all painted.
Well, not on meth, because you go for about 20 hours straight, you know.
I was watching a YouTube video of this girl, like somebody was filming her, but she was in a parking lot, and this guy was like, I gotta get this on tape. This girl has done the same thing 10 different times. She gets out of her car, goes to the other side, leaves, goes around the block, and comes back and repeats the same steps. And she had it filming her for like she did the same thing 3 times.
You hid somebody.
It's very weird.
You hid somebody.
I did?
No.
I haven't even touched anything.
Little wing is what Jesse's saying.
Oh, I did. Ooh. How do I fix it? I'll fix it.
I'm sorry, little wing. Brandy
Not paying attention.
was an accident.
Don't get mad.
Marlena Crawford's brother, okay, he got arrested too. Did he get arrested with Dudley? Now, if he did, that's kind of interesting. There, she's back.
Did I fix it?
I see her.
Okay.
Was he arrested with Dudley? Now, if that's Ricky Dale, one of Don's neighbors.
Did I hide it? Yeah.
I think Jesse got her unhid. It's all good.
No offense, sorry.
I'm shocked though that he would get arrested twice in a span of 13 days. And you know, his wife, she looked very presentable. You reckon she's doing it too?
Normally. Not all the time, but normally. If one is, the other one's usually doing it.
They were separate arrests. Okay. See, I've always said, man, I get a feel that something's going on Ben Hill or in that area that a lot of people want to keep quiet. And I think that's hurting Summer's case too.
Me too. Yeah. Been quiet over other stuff. That might link some stuff together. You never know if people would talk.
People are still saying, you know, they think it's a ring and they're, you know, building evidence. But God, if it is, these people are being tortured for 2 years now. They need to hurry it up because every day that goes by is another day these people are being tortured, basically.
Yeah, if there's a ring, there's a lot of illegal stuff going on there. It would give it somebody probably a good chance to swipe her if they, you know, just a bad person.
Yeah.
You know?
Good morning, Mean Gene, Corey Edwards, C. Perkin, Cotton Candy, Nani Tina, Barbara Lang, Lil Wing, Victoria Burgess. Good morning, everybody. Coming in.
Good.
They joining the show. Man, there's so many trials going on right now. It's hard to keep up.
There is. We got
really hard.
The West trial, right?
Yep.
Lori Vallow.
Lori Vallow.
Yeah. And old Letecia.
Letecia Staunch.
Staunch. Yeah.
What did he say?
Stouch. I was saying
Somebody the other
stouch.
day say stock, and I'm like, that can't be right, is it?
How do y'all say it? Staunch? Stouch?
I say Letecia Staunch because there's an N
Oh,
in
is
it.
there?
I rewatched Dudley's interview, and he said that his dad lives in Churchill, Tennessee. Yeah, that's where the cops went to first, was his dad's house. For some reason, I guess maybe Don didn't have his address, so he sent them to Dudley's dad's. Remember?
I wonder why Dawn did that. It's weird.
Letecia is so hard to listen to. Oh God, ain't she disgusting?
She's sitting there flipping everybody off in court.
Yeah, you gonna see something. She's going. I don't think we've seen her at her worst yet. She's going to do something to try to push that crazy defense, because I already think it's weird how her lawyers sit so far away from her and never talk to her hardly during the trial. I think they're trying to make the jury think they're even scared of her. She's so crazy and off unhinged. You know?
Yeah, I think that's how she's trying to act too. She's trying to pull off whatever she can. You know, she knows she's going down.
Oh, she's going down too, man. If you've seen some of the evidence against her, she's told so many lies. Like she was telling her husband that the guy that took Gannon was in the house when the police searched it.
Yeah. Just a bad story.
Horrible liar, you know?
Yeah. And they said something about her burning him, Gannon. Oh, that was the first time I ever heard that. You heard that, remember?
Her burning the carpet.
No, I thought it was him too. Remember I asked you?
She said that he got burnt with a candle, but the carpet got burnt too. And there was somebody come to replace the carpet. Well, they replaced the carpet because I believe there was blood on it from what she did to Gannon.
Yeah.
Is my thinking.
I wonder if there's any marks on him though.
Well, I don't know what kind of shape, like I was telling you, he could have been in after being in that suitcase for months.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Crazy ain't that woman. She knows what she did. Yeah, she ain't crazy, man. No.
She's acting like it.
To be found not able to stand trial and all that, you have to prove they don't know right from wrong, right? When she took Gannon, put him in the suitcase and drove him states away and did all that, that showed she didn't want to get caught because she knew what she did was wrong.
Yeah, she rented a car, didn't use her own.
Oh, she went through a ton of stuff to try to pull it off.
Got the carpet replaced.
Yeah.
And it keeps on. I wonder what happened to the old carpet. Did they ever say?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You would think they'd have been right on top of that, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
There's evil shit going on in this world. Child trafficking.
Oh, yeah.
Adrenochrome politicians.
Yeah.
What's that?
I have to look it up. I don't know if you talk about it or you're in trouble.
Okay.
It's what they sell. It's something they get out of kids' body.
Okay.
Let's bit of that.
Everything Dudley was supposed to have been charged with. Why is his bond so low? Last time I heard it was only $1,500. God, that is cheap. You go to a bondsman, I think you got to have 10%, so he'd get out for $150.
He's probably already out, wouldn't you think?
If that's what his bond was, I would say. I tell you what.
He's had bad luck lately, huh?
You know, though, it isn't right how those kids lived and kind of people supposedly was around them. If they aren't innocent about Summer, they should be held responsible for how those children, they were definitely guilty of neglect and being the shitty parents.
Yeah, that's what people don't realize. A lot of people, they're on their side, but it's hard to be on their side when they live the way they do and have kids in the house, you know. So
I don't know how they get so much sympathy for people who's had 7 children and don't have any of them, never raised a kid from birth.
Think about that. Not one single kid.
Out of 7.
And you can say maybe they never had the, parents either. They didn't know how to be a parent. And that doesn't give you an excuse.
There's a lot of people that have rough upbringings. It's not an excuse.
Yeah, my mom Go ahead.
Okay.
My mom was adopted in foster care, and she was okay, a pretty good parent, so that's no excuse.
Right. Everybody has had some kind of trauma in their life.
Yeah.
It's not an excuse. It doesn't make you not know right from wrong and have common sense to clean your damn house. I'm
A little
sorry.
paint goes a long way. A little, just a little cleaning.
I believe Dudley when he said that Jose was staying in the camper with Grannis. He and his wife both said that. Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe he'd been around all the way around the alley, Candace, Grandis.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's weird that
Jose Lady in.
Cause see, if I'm right, Dudley hadn't worked with Dawn super long. How would he even known about Jose if Jose was already gone?
Unless Dawn's sitting there telling him about him,
Which Dawn probably was. He's probably hammered at work. I come home and there's this dude Jose at the house. I'm mad as hell. I whooped his ass. You can hear Dawn, I'm sure.
you're saying there's 9 kids.
Well, yeah, including Dawn's other ones with his
Oh.
first marriage. I was just talking about Candace's 0 for 7. Combined, they're 0 for 9. You're correct. 0 for 9. And Don Jr. turned out to be a SO. So, a lot of that's inherited, they say,
Yeah.
right? And they're on both sides. Uncle Warren, which is Candace's uncle, Grandis's brother. Boy, you ought to look up his mugshot. You want to see a scary looking SO? That's him.
Sick. Really.
Good morning, y'all.
What was that?
I'm on lunch and catching your live. Oh, thank you, Eyes of Brown. It's the cat up there, I'm sure. Or it's the ghost, one of the two. Did y'all hear that? Got a ghost upstairs.
It was a big crash. That's weird. It didn't face him.
Eyes of Brown, thank you for ordering a mug.
Yeah, thank you.
We sold some mugs the other day.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, whoever.
Thanks everybody. I sent everybody an individual thank you for
Yes, you did.
for their orders. And I don't know. I don't think anybody's ordered a T-shirt yet. I love the T-shirts. I think I heard Allie's interview with a lady in the beginning about how she fed Dawn and the kids. Seemed like she thought Dawn was hers. Just saying.
Huh.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm excited about getting the mug. They come fast. About 5 days is what it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
Has been our experience, so you don't have to wait super long.
Yeah, they're up there on the shelf, y'all. I don't know if y'all see them. My hair's blocking one of them.
My head's blocking one of them.
Oh, is it your head? Yeah, it's your head.
I will order a T-shirt on Friday. Awesome. Which one are you going to get? The Brandy collection. Brandy designed the pants and the shirt. The leopard print.
I did not put my face on that T-shirt as him. I didn't do that.
Yeah, I made the Brandy T-shirt because Brandy's got some male followers. I thought might want a T-shirt.
I said that's bad. One of Chase's friends want to find out and order a bunch of his mom's T-shirts to mess with them.
Yeah, our son Chase. He's scared that his friends are because his friends know we do YouTube. They watch sometimes. And he's afraid that one of them's going to see the Brandy T-shirt and they're all going to buy them and wear them to school and pick on him.
Because they pick with each other about that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They're always waving at me and stuff. They're funny.
Yeah.
Messing with Chase.
Chase's friends like to tell him how hot his mom is. Everybody had that friend, though, with the hot mom, right? Mm-hmm. I actually had a friend who slept with one of my other friends' moms. And looking back on it, he was young when that happened.
He wasn't of age?
I don't know that he was of age.
Wow. Nowadays, that's not what happens. It wouldn't be good.
It ain't good anytime.
No.
But, it ain't like the kid got scarred over it. He was bragging about it. Oh, wouldn't that
That'd
be
be
the
awful.
worst?
Yeah, if it was your mom.
Oh, you talk about getting rode at school, man. And I had buddies that were pretty mean. You know,
Mom jokes forever.
Allie is the weirdest person in this case. I don't care if I hated someone, I would look for Summer, not sit on the toilet. I'm telling you, man, I don't see why Allie ain't a bigger suspect in a lot of people's minds. She had motive, she had opportunity, her alibi sucks. I mean, you put it all together, she's as good of what's the word? Suspect
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
anybody in my mind. Even my son said I was the hot mom, LOL. I just enjoy having kids over watching wrestling with my boys.
Oh, you got the hot mom too.
That's fun.
Yeah.
You're the hot mom too. Did you hear Dawn and Candace went to Arkansas? No, I didn't hear that. Have they not been on the farm recently? You know? I don't know.
I don't watch it.
Can't watch it shit no
I
more.
try listen just to see what crazy stuff is going on over at the farm, but I haven't listened in a couple days.
I actually went on the live the other day and asked a question and got booted. My question made it like one line up on the chat and it was gone. Them mods are on it over that.
John was just asking, like,
My question was, Daisy, is Candace mad at you for lying about her sister being found?
that's an honest question.
That's
right?
an honest question, and I got booted for asking it. I don't know.
Why couldn't you ask that? Why wouldn't you answer? I would answer it.
She's apparently just mom, not an actual cute lady. See how society excuses females that have sexual relationships with underage males? Oh yeah, yeah, yep.
Do what now?
Talking about how it's treated differently when
Males and
it's women with boys as opposed to girls with men.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a double standard, definitely. That's why I think I tell you what, I've said it a million times. What Candace sent to H was inappropriate as hell, and if it had been our child, the shit would have hit the fan.
Yeah, we were trying to get them to answer that too. Remember, you had Andrew on, I wasn't on, but
Yeah,
I had to work. I think I rewatched.
Andrew wasn't happy about it.
Yeah.
Or he said he wasn't. Everything that Candace has said does not add up. Don't even want to go on the farm, lady. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
and people are getting, I can tell in the chat, people are getting tired of that shit.
Yeah.
You know, they can boot them out all they want, but you go look at the comments on the video in the comment section after it's, been recorded. Oh, it's all. How can you protect these people and raise money for people that's daughter's missing and they're the ones reason it's missing? The comments are pretty rough.
She'll probably start writing those out. I'm sure she's seen them.
Yeah. I'm surprised they weren't arrested. Hardcore mods. If only they spent that much energy actually looking for Summer. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
They spend all their energy deleting people and raising money. They don't want honest questions over there or hard questions. You get booted quick like anyone cares. Yep. They won't answer. You can't even ask a question.
No.
And people are going to eventually be like, why are we even here?
Yeah.
Candace has no personality. I don't think.
No, I don't think she does either.
She's not blah, captivating.
Blah. Like blah.
Yeah, just blah. She reminds me of the neighbor you try to avoid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Farm lady, all for them, and she was against what they were, who they were, and how nasty they were, and they were guilty. Exactly. Thank you. She wasn't a big fan until they agreed to come on her show.
Yeah, she started sucking up to try to get them to come on the show, and that's exactly what it is. Like, to keep them around, she knows, she can't be asking no hard questions, or it's going to scare them off. So she just kisses their butt.
But to me, that shows your character, man. I could have tried that. I was talking to Tim Mullen. I could have kissed his ass and probably got him on mine. I'm not doing that. I don't care. It is not worth it to sell myself out. Inappropriate behavior, but maybe she was trying to protect H and his age. I mean, Allie went with running her over with a bus as to how bad Candy was. Allie definitely ain't trying to protect H. I'll tell you that. I think Allie could care less about none of it.
Yeah, she's not the best mom herself, I don't think.
I'm sure, and I feel like she was letting H smoke and vape and everything too.
Yeah, I think so too. And if you have a teenager, don't you think it's a little weird letting them hang around a grown woman all the time?
I asked why was Candace holding a goat for a pic instead of a picture of Summer. Thank you.
That's crazy.
Thank you. They do nothing to help the cause. In Dawn and Candace's eyes, Summer's gone. It's a done deal.
She's not coming back.
She's never coming back. They're never going to see her again.
Y'all just forget about it.
Y'all forget about it. Let's move on.
And then y'all just send me money, please. How much money they can get, in my opinion.
The cow trolls were bad last night on the lab, but Summer's army will not stop.
Oh, were they?
Oh, Daisy's followers were on the lab giving them hell.
Is that Doug or who's?
How could you devote your energy into protecting them two?
I don't know.
I don't care if they are innocent. They're horrible parents. I can't get behind that.
Yeah, don't have none of their kids. Not one.
A baby goat is a kid, so trying to use metaphors caring about a kid, how sick. Yeah, trying to put off that I'm a loving, caring person crap. I would like to go to the farm, though, and see the animals. She's got lots of animals.
Yeah.
That's the only good thing.
Yeah.
You know?
So Candace was actually at the farm?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. I think Jody Sue is the number one.
She doesn't act right
You
either.
can't rule her out.
Yeah, because she just acts so weird.
But she plays that victimology so much that I feel like that's her ultimate goal, is to get people to feel sorry for her and support her. I mean, you can look at what she was without Andy, living in a freaking camper
Yeah.
with her daughter.
And then stays on YouTube 24/7.
And stays on YouTube 24/7. So you know she's probably not the most attentive parent.
Right.
I feel sorry for her daughter too.
Yeah, definitely.
They are enabling Candace. That's what me and Brady have been saying from the get-go. All these people enabling is making the situation worse. And it's in the long run, it's going to hurt us from ever getting any answers. Because why would they ever answer anything when they're on there laughing it up, having a jolly old time? Why would you do anything different?
Yeah. True. Very true.
I've seen people put more effort into lost pets than Candace and Dawn have with their children. Amen. You know what I was thinking about too the other day? Remodeling the house could possibly be destroying a crime scene. You ever think of that?
Yeah. True. Trying to hide something.
If there was any evidence in there to be had, it's gone now.
I wonder if law enforcement actually went in there and did like a full forensic of the house.
See, I don't know.
I don't think they did. I really don't. Because they would have had to done it the day she went missing, or all the evidence would be probably tampered with. I'm in.
I love you guys. Got to go back inside and grind some metal.
Okay.
Well, thank you. We love you too. Thanks for
Uh-huh.
stopping by.
Thank you.
And thank you for buying a mug.
Yes, very nice of you.
Asa Brown, that's our buddy. I'll send her a thank you too. Yeah, I wonder if they did luminol. I don't know. I wonder if they did anything.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
And if they didn't, it's too late now.
Yeah.
Because I seen some pics the other day of it, and it looks nice in there now.
Are they living there? See, I don't know.
I don't know, but I don't think so. But I tell you what, they're gonna have a hell of a party pad now. No kids,
Yeah, just
living it up.
yeah. You know, I was thinking too, they owned all that land. They could be searching that land, every inch of it, just to rule that out, that she's not on their land. That's what I would be doing. You know?
Yeah.
They don't do that, though. And they probably could talk to the neighbors, let them search on their land, but they don't do nothing. You know.
I think law enforcement had no thoughts of foul play till the next day. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
I think eventually everybody really assumed that she had walked off into the woods or something like that. I really think. And, you know, that is probably the most natural decision to come to, given the circumstances of where they were at, etc. You got mom and grandma and the boys stating that she was there. So, you know, you can't give them too much shit for that. But it's like my brother, when he was on here, former police officer, was talking, you know, them people should have been separated. They shouldn't have had Robin and all these people at the house. If there was a crime scene or DNA or anything, they trampled all over it. I think it was bungled from the beginning because everybody assumed she was just missing.
Yeah.
Just walked
They
off.
already had their story together and stuff before they started, you know, doing interviews probably with them. They all had their story, the same story.
Yeah.
I guess they would have to have the story from the start. Really.
Them refusing to use the Cold Case Foundation sealed my opinion of them.
There you go.
There are no other suspects in my mind now.
Why wouldn't you do that? You know, what would you have to lose? Nothing.
They're either guilty,
not a gain,
or they don't care about their daughter much. They're not that interested. Because if they really wanted to find Summer, they could be on the farm, have her picture up the whole time, and talking about, let's raise money. What we would do is we would start a GoFundMe for a private detective.
Yeah,
that's what it needs. Apparently, the ones on it ain't getting nowhere. I would try somebody else. Get Philip Klein's ass up there. God, I wish we could do that. I know he would at least have a very good idea of what happened. You know,
that is a good point. Why would they say no? They have no reason to say no. It's not going to cost them anything. Doesn't take their time. Why else would you say no? Like,
exactly.
Because they don't want the truth to come out. Whatever the truth is, they don't want it to come out. That's
exactly.
the only reason.
There's no other reason you would refuse it. Car team said no evidence of an abduction, can't fool him. Yes. And that's the emergency response team for the FBI that comes out when
really?
kids go missing. They say there's no sign of an abduction.
Huh.
Right. Everything started not adding up. Nothing was making sense. Their statements were odd as shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This stuff still don't make sense at all.
The stories are horrible, man. Everybody's story is horrible. Dudley said Don took off, went out to a house near Jonesboro after his daughter went missing. He couldn't believe Don took off to finish that house when Summer just went missing. Yeah, he went right back to work.
That's crazy.
You know, and that's not like a strong, huge indicator of guilt, right. But it shows that he wasn't interested in searching and looking for it, at least.
I couldn't work. I couldn't keep my mind, without wondering. I couldn't be working myself.
Well,
I would have to be out there doing something.
If we're being honest with ourselves, I think the parent of a missing child in their situation, the first thing I would think is somehow she's walked off.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I would think of is neighbors. I'd be checking their houses, and anybody that said no, that would be the person I'd be looking at,
Yeah.
I watched Shark Tank last night. I saw something strange they have available for a person's ashes, turning the ashes to rocks. I don't know how to feel about having my loved one ashes to rock.
Huh.
I don't know about that.
Making a rock out of the ashes?
If I was going to, which I want to be cremated, I want my ashes spread somewhere. I don't want to, it just seems creepy to me to think about me being in a vase on a mantle somewhere.
Yeah, I'd like to have it made into something somebody would use, not just sit there.
I've seen they do a lot of stuff with ashes now. The car team didn't cost anything. Cold case people wouldn't cost anything. So what's the issue, Dawn?
Yeah, really. You have to ask yourself that. That's a good question over on the farm. I can go there and ask. I'll probably get blocked though if they're on.
I'm just tuning in. I'm all the way at the beginning. Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
There's trail cams in that area. Law enforcement saying no evidence of abduction tells me what no unknown vehicles were seen on them or unknown people walking by.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, if they're saying there's no evidence of abduction, I'm thinking because everybody has like a ring camera or something. Not everybody.
A lot of
Most
people.
people nowadays have something like that. I'm thinking they didn't see shit.
In the phone data, I know in that area there's not good reception, but out of that area, like either exit or inner point, you think some people would have cameras that would caught, people going down that road or leaving that road.
Yeah. What if they cremated Summer? It is extremely hard to cremate somebody. It's not as easy as people think. A lot of people think you can pour gas on a body and burn it to ashes. No, it's not like that. It's really hard. The things they use to cremate people at the crematorium get billions of degrees hot. That's how they reduce it to ashes. Unless they had access to that, it'd be hard to do, especially to get rid of everything.
That's what everybody says. What's his name that works there?
Dave.
Yeah.
Dotson. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I mean, you can't rule anything out.
Right.
I just try to go with the higher probability stuff,
Right.
And when it comes to him, Dave Dotson, oh man, I must have got rid of my Dave Dotson picture. I should have kept that. Oh, here y'all go.
Here's a strange. Oh, who's that?
That's Dudley.
Dudley.
He looks rough, don't he? I feel like he's on the show with us. Look, he's in the middle. Lean over a little bit, the other way. Hey, y'all, special guest Dudley. How's it going, Dudley? Oh, man, I'm hammered.
Tired of being in jail. Come on, somebody come save me.
Y'all get me some bond going on up in here.
Maybe go to the farm lady page or channel.
Yeah,
she
she'll
might
get you
raise
out.
some money.
Go to the farm. She'll bail you out, Dud. Let's get rid of Dud. That's wild. I got both of his mugshot. There's one of them, and here's another one. He looks rough, don't he?
Yeah. I wonder which one's the first one. Who knows?
I'm sure. Is that the prison outfit?
No.
That looks like the 1900 cartoon prison stripes, don't it?
Yeah.
Like back in the day on the Chain Gang.
Normally it's orange nowadays. They've changed to.
That looks funny, don't it?
White and black.
The dude could not get anything done while working because he'd get confused and talk to himself. Yeah.
True.
It's hard to work with a buzz. Messed up on meth, I'm sure. Hi, Tracy. I know law enforcement have probably searched to make sure truck was not Tim's. Yeah, I'm sure all that's been looked into.
I still think it's weird how they call Robin, like when she went missing. Why would you call her, first of all? One of the first people you call.
What do Robin and Candace really have in common?
Nothing.
I think she called Robin to make them look better.
That's what I'm thinking too. Why else would she? And that leads you to think, why would she do that?
She wouldn't unless she wanted to look better. That's all I can think of.
If you think about it, if your kid went missing, your first thought or second thought or third thought would be calling a lady from church.
Can you guys hook up with Josh at the lab and Don B, come up with a list of questions to make a video directed to the wells that need answers? Lisa, we could do it for sure, but they ain't going to answer it.
We could put it out there.
We could try it.
And see.
We
could be like, if you really cared about your daughter, you answer these questions for us.
Robin wanted to have popcorn while searching. Robin was talking about, we're going to pack some sandwiches, get some water bottles together. We're going to search. Robin is just creepy happy all the time.
Yeah.
I just think it's her personality.
Yeah, I think so too.
Tree trimmers have some very destructive equipment. They were there that day. Has always niggled at the back of my mind. So I was trying to stay away from the negative today. No, that's a good point. Yeah. People that the tree trimmers probably have those, what are they called? that chew up the wood,
The chopper thing. This
Shredders.
Shredder, chopper, tree.
whatever they are.
We don't trim trees. I don't know. You
Yeah,
know
it's
what we're
possible.
talking about. You know, they put the tree branches in and it shreds it into little wood chips.
The thing that screws up a lot of what could have happened to her is Candace's line about the timeline,
Yeah.
the 2-minute window and all that, you know.
That's how I do. That's how I kind of know she is on. No, you know, for her to say that.
Well, there's no doubt Chipper. There you go. Thank you, Celine.
The wood chipper.
We know she's lying. We just don't know why she's lying.
Yeah.
Is she lying to save face because she was partied up and passed out? Or is she lying because she was involved? She's lying for one of those two reasons.
Yeah, but it was no 2 minutes. I guarantee you that.
Brandy looks lovely today.
Thank you.
Nani, Tina.
Thank you.
Tina, tell Riley we said, what's up? Hey.
Hi, Riley.
She was super annoyed because she was at her daughter's recital. Yeah,
Who?
Robin.
Oh.
When
that
Candace
happened?
told. Yeah. But think about that. Do you think Candace and Robin actually talked a lot? I don't.
No.
That's why she is such a strange pick to call when Summer went missing.
Totally opposite.
And I, in my heart of hearts, know that she called Robin to make them look better.
Yeah.
Look at our friends. Meet Robin.
Yeah, that's what. Let's see. Shocking shock said. Same thing. Up there.
Kim and Allie said Candace starts drinking every day at 5:30. Well, I don't know if they started that. I know Jose said that to begin with. But, I mean, I think she was drinking even earlier than that on that Tuesday, June 15th, 2021. You know?
Yeah.
Could you imagine being out on a Tuesday drinking with a 15-year-old boy when your house is trashed and your boys are home alone and your husband's at work?
You got issues.
You've got some crazy scheduling.
Yeah, and Allie's okay with that. Him going. I'm sorry, that is strange. If you have a teenage boy, an older lady picking him up with no kids his age in the car, why would you want to hang out with the older lady?
Right.
Unless you're getting something out of it.
Yeah, oh, he was getting vapes and
alcohol.
Alcohol for sure, I think. The footprints are what concern me. I don't put a lot of faith in the footprints because I don't think you can date a footprint. And I have a lot of trouble with scents and all that stuff. It's hard evidence because you can't date it. You don't know exactly when that happened.
I wish law enforcement would have casted the footprints, had something.
I've never even heard law enforcement mention the footprints.
Oh, really?
Nobody super credible. I know that there was that right after Summer disappeared, there was this somebody had copied something off Messenger where a neighbor had talked about it.
Yeah.
That's where that started.
Robin talked about him.
Yeah. Robin said when they first saw Candace and Dawn, they thought they just turned up for a handout, all free stuff again, but Dawn was on good money. Yeah. Robin said she thought they were there for donations. And
that's awful.
Yeah. But seeing them, I could believe that's what I would probably
how they
thought
act
too.
in church. Candace.
Ain't that something? You gonna come to church to get free shit and then sleep in the pew, kick back. I cannot get over that behavior. I've never seen nothing like it. I doubt anybody else has ever done it. Almost have been a word that's blocked. I wrote something that didn't come up. Sorry, I'm not blocked. Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
I don't even think we have a list of blocked words, but I think maybe sometimes
it'll automatically
do it. I really think it's sus that after weeks of no contact, Alice and Candace suddenly hooked up again. Yes. I've talked about that too. It's really weird. They claim they're feuding and not speaking to each other. Coincidentally, on the day that Candace is there and talking to Allison for the first time in forever, is the day Summer disappears.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Months later, hey, I'm not doing anything. Or Candace calling H, you want to go with me?
No, Robin said when she got to the house, Candace and Dawn both were hysterical, scared, and worried. Well, I don't think Robin's a super good judge of character, and I don't think she would know people that's acting. And to be honest, nobody can tell me they know when Candace is acting and when she ain't after the little prank phone call. Because if you heard that, you would have thought, damn sure she was really scared. Dawn
Yeah.
had been taken and all that. So I don't put no faith in anything she said. No matter how old we were, Nanny would have popped us in the back of the head for sleeping in church like that. Yeah,
You just don't do that. I'm sorry.
that was Candace talking about our Nanny. Dawn talks
yeah.
the talk, but does not walk the walk. That's how he fits in with the church.
Well, he's got two different personalities.
Yeah.
You know, he's got his good guy personality and his real personality, pretty much.
A phone call was made to see from Dawn. Could it have been Dud up there looking for a paycheck? Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn was screwing him out of money the way I understand
Yeah.
it. So, you know, that's one thing that the reason you can't eliminate Dudley, because he had a reason to be pissed at Dawn
He fired him.
and didn't pay him what he was
Yeah.
supposed to have paid him either. And I'm sure that's probably true.
Yeah. What? It
In
was
my
weird though
opinion.
how he fired him awful quick. You know,
And fired him right before Summer went missing.
another weird thing.
It's all so weird. You know,
Yep. Sure is.
tons of coincidences in this case that makes things look suspect. Yes. And there's more every day, it seems like, you know.
Yep.
And their favorite thing to say on the farm is, are they never supposed to be happy and smile again? And I'm like, when did they stop?
Yeah.
You know?
Candace is a good parent. She means well, is what they say over there. Pretty much. She loves those kids. She took pictures of the kids. You see all those pictures? She must have loved them.
I think
Just because she took a bunch of pictures.
yeah, I think the pictures are more for, you know, how people are about social media.
Yeah. You ever thought this? Maybe Dawn set everything up without Candace's knowledge.
It wouldn't be hard to fool Candace.
You know, y'all ever thought about that? He planned everything. He actually took his own daughter
And did what?
because she didn't want her to start talking. Who knows? Gave her away, did something bad to her, got rid of her.
I agree with this here. Sorry. I admire how Robin held Summer. I admire Robin's patience with Summer. You know, she's up there trying to sing and do all that. And Summer's up and down,
Yeah.
and all that. And she never seemed like she got irritated or anything.
She knew little Summer needed attention. You know, she probably don't get at home. She could probably tell.
You know, that's why I'm so against people that want to bash Robin, is because she was the best thing in Summer's life, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The best adult, the most positive influence, gave her love, all that. I don't know why people want to drag her. I don't get it. There's no
She just
evidence she done anything.
Has a different personality, which is fine, you know. I like to be upbeat like that all the time.
Yeah. He fired him day prior, and Dub was looking for a paycheck the next day. I believe Candace left that day after dropping Grandma in Summer. Was this to take H home? That's a decent theory.
Yeah.
Because that comes back to Candace's statement, nothing would happen to her as long as I'm around. I knew Dudley was lying his ass off when he said, I just smoked the devil's lettuce. Yeah, I hear you, Cam. Where you been, buddy? I ain't seen you in a while. Doing good? Good.
I thought I was pretty good at telling if somebody was full of shit or not, but I'm wrong all the time. I'm not as good as I thought, you know.
Well, I'm going to tell the truth. Dudley had me fooled. I thought he was better than that. I didn't think he was a big head like apparently he is. To get arrested twice in that short of a time span, you got to be out of damn control.
Yeah. My problem, I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. And usually, you know, I shouldn't half the time because they turn out bad, usually.
Well, even Dr. Phil says, you know, that's an old way of thinking. You can't go by that anymore because people just ain't like they used to be.
I know.
Just because you take pictures don't mean you love them. They are probably to make her seem like Mother of the Year.
Yeah, that's it too.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's more for vanity than anything else.
Yeah, a lot of people do that on Facebook. I see all these pictures on Facebook. Your family might look perfect, but I'm sure that's not their real life.
Exactly. There is a lot of people that present a totally different face on Facebook than what reality is. And everybody's kind of guilty of that because are you going to take pictures of you when you're pissed off and
look awful
and you look awful and dirty and throw it on Facebook? No, you're not. You will only take pictures when it's positive and it makes you look good.
Yeah.
No, nobody's doing that to show people their true self.
Right.
I don't think. Calady is the one who brought up about seeing stuff in a pair of underwear. I wonder what changed that nasty vile shit. Oh, wait, I know the Cash App super sticker she is getting now.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was thinking about going through some of her old ones and putting something together about all the smack she talked.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
She already deletes a lot. The whole Rose debacle, there's no evidence of that anymore.
No. She will not answer a question about that either.
The thing about people and child traffickers, they are in position of leadership or power or in respectful careers, and that's how they get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have influence.
Most of the time. True.
You're right. No doubt about that.
Right in front of our eyes.
DA definitely has a motive, and that could be why Don Wells took the red car to work too instead of his work truck, because he didn't want DA to find him at work and confront him.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. But, I'm pretty confident he knew all of Don's vehicles, so I don't know. Because they were riding together. I'm sure he had seen all his cars.
Yeah. We did a video about that, and that is weird that one day they switched out vehicles.
Yeah. It's really weird the one day he take the Subaru. Because you would not, doing sheetrock and all that, you would not want them tools in your brand new car.
Yeah, and Candace is actually driving. She had today Greatest to the hospital and done a lot that day. You think she would want the nice car. Really? Right?
Yeah. I bet someone on YouTube has clipped all the heifers' old lives. I would love for someone to put out that compilation.
Me too.
Well, you might have found your man.
We'll have to go back into this.
We might have to go check into some of that.
Yeah, if she hasn't deleted everything.
If anybody finds some good stuff, give me a video and the timestamp. Help a brother out. If you got some clips.
Yeah.
If you find them, give me a timestamp.
We could put a video together.
Because I damn sure can't watch. Some of hers are like Jody Sue's. Hours and hours and hours of
live and chatting and gossiping.
Yeah.
It's like I can't watch it more than a little bit. 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's hard to watch. She's the one that put out that they could see that Summer had discharged from SA amongst other stuff. I need to find that video.
Yeah.
Because that really is something to say. And she didn't have no proof, I'm sure.
Right. That's the thing. If you say something that big, you better have some proof to back it up.
Not bashing Robin, she's a good person, just in denial of how bad DNC are. She just sees good in everybody.
Yeah,
yes.
I agree.
That's a very good, yeah, exactly. Should be ashamed. Yeah, she should. Talking about the farm lady. Good morning, John Brandy, mods in chat.
Good morning.
Hello, Miss Stanger. Was it Dudley who was there when the video of Summer dancing in the rain by the for sale barrel was taken?
I'm not for sure.
Someone said he was, and Candace was uncomfortable about the way he looked at Summer. Candace,
I could see her saying
I could see her saying that.
Hitting, yeah. Making people think maybe he had something to do with it. To confuse.
Have a good day, Candace. I'm sorry to hear about Shannon.
Oh, hey, Candace. Was she in here? I didn't even see. I wasn't paying attention to the chat. Sorry.
They say the only one they know for sure is not affiliated with missing Summer's case is Dawn's son, Dawn. People need to leave him alone. Yeah. I didn't realize he was getting a lot of stuff, but
Yeah, me either.
I'm sure he was one of the first ones they looked at. There was no reason for Dawn to mix old mud and hunks of stuff with new mud to get rid of it. There's more to this mixing of mud to get rid of something, in my opinion, that needs to be questioned, in my opinion. Yeah, I think Dudley, after his recent antics, definitely needs to
be looked at
again,
a little bit harder.
for sure. In my opinion, traffickers would not risk with people home in the midday and a neighbor creeping up there, risk being seen dragging someone away. That's not reasonable to me.
No.
That's why I have the big problem with too, is where it happened, how it happened. There's people there, there's dogs running around everywhere, all that.
Why they deter, you know, they would have had it planned out a lot better than that, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Think about this. Tell me more examples. It was David Dotson or Dudley or somebody like that was up there around the property and just told somebody to come with him. She would go.
You never know.
That's a possibility. And I've always said that's a possibility. But Candace needs to quit lying about the timeline.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
It would, and see, they also, Dawn and Candace want to keep pressing. They don't think it was anybody they knew. And I don't know why they say that.
Or how they know that. They don't.
Because it would have to be somebody they knew a little bit, because them dogs would not have let some stranger walk up there and take Summer.
No.
Cam, you want to come up?
The way they're saying, yeah, I don't think it would happen. Now, it would be different, like, say, you know, somebody was randomly going by and seen her at the road and swiped her.
There's the link, Cam. Come on up.
Come on up to the JDTC show.
Cameron from Cracking Cases. Come on down. Don't forget they don't want him to go to prison either. Yeah.
That's for sure.
Someone a few minutes ago now claims Candace says that Summer was seen at the end of the road and was wet. I've never heard that. I don't think there's anything to back that up.
She's wet at the end of the road.
Yeah, I've never heard that. Have you ever heard that?
No.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying I've never seen any.
Neither.
That's the first I've ever heard that. You know? Where you at, Cam?
They should have took her alcohol levels. You know, that they probably couldn't have unless they had a reason. I was just curious how drunk she was. It'd be nice to know that.
They said it in the chat a few minutes ago.
Who said that?
I don't
What
know.
chat?
Our chat? I missed that. Where's Cam at?
She might have slipped and fell in the creek down there.
A lot of things could have happened, you know. It all goes back, though, to Candace lying about the timeline. If you tell the truth, it would be a hell of a lot easier to know what's going on for real, I think.
I agree. Yep.
And I'm telling you that she's lying about the timeline. There's not a doubt in my mind. Lifetime cannot make a movie as crazy as Summer's case.
Yeah.
You got that right. And I tell you, I expect Tim Mullen, what did he tell us? That until it's resolved, nothing like that would happen.
Which I see that, because what kind of ending can it have? A lot of people don't like an ending that's not solved, you know, or a story.
That's why I made part 2 to my documentary, because I don't know how I could end it. You know, I want an answer to make an ending. I think we all, at this point, I think we all just want an answer.
Yeah, we do, one way or the other.
Because whatever's happened has already happened. It's done.
Right.
Good, bad, or indifferent, it's done. I just want to know what it is.
What it is, definitely.
Cracking Cases, your videos proved to me the dog trail was treacherous. You said you can break an ankle. the trail in front time frame, someone would see something. It'd be so hard, especially to take her from that house against her will, get by the dogs, Grandis and Candace not see you, make it down the hill, Jody Sue not see you because she's the nosiest person on planet Earth. It's a lot to believe could have happened
In 2 minutes.
in any amount of time, in my opinion. I can't get over the dogs. I'm telling you, dogs are too protective to let that little girl be taken out there by a
If somebody
stranger.
running, my dog would chase them. That's what she does. Like if
She
you
would
play with her,
bite them
yeah.
if it was somebody doing something like
But
that.
I'm just saying, most dogs would chase you, really, if you're running, and they don't if it's a stranger.
So JSB heard an unfounded scream, but the dogs weren't barking. See, I've never understood how Ronnie Lawson was so quick to
Say about the screen.
to just
Just
disregard the scream.
Yeah, because a lot of people say they heard a scream.
Good morning, Cameron.
Morning, man. What's up?
What's going on? How's things?
They're here. They're going. How things with y'all?
Cam and Allie cracking couple. I gotta change my shit constantly too to keep it fresh. Is that what you up to?
Cracking
Well,
couple, that's good.
I didn't have time to fill it out. Now they got a thing that I can put another name bar that goes under it that tells like what you're doing up here, I guess.
Yeah, like mine.
Yeah. Just like I meant to fill that out. So
How you been?
good, man. Looking into some new things with this. We've been following that Idaho case a lot, but I've been looking into some just some old point of views that I feel like got dismissed too early.
Such as?
Like I was re-looking at David Dotson a lot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Dude, so and I said this on my live the other night. Y'all brought up oh my gosh, my brain just went blank. Holden Summer in church. I can't think of it. Robin introduced David, or invited him to the church for the very first time to play his flute during the offering in March. I got the Facebook post that show it. Like that was his first time he had ever attended Seventh-day Adventist church. He was a Baptist, and he's a member. He becomes a member of the Seventh-day Adventist church. What was it? There's video of him becoming a member very right shortly before Summer goes missing, maybe a couple of weeks, something like that.
Right.
So, and when you become a member of a church, it's kind of like a big ordeal. Like when they bring you to the front, that means they put a lot of accountability into you to be there for all the church stuff.
Right.
Well, Summer goes missing. He leaves that church, and and he goes and gets married to his new wife. Like, have you seen pictures of him and her together? Like, she's tiny, man.
Yeah, she looks like a
Dude, we got a picture of him at some kind of medieval festival where he's in a robe and got a cross, and the little girl beside him, she looks like she's about 15.
That's his wife.
Yeah.
That's his wife. So, so this is my ordeal with it. So it's rumored too that he was like one of the very first people Candace calls when Summer goes missing.
Right.
Because she says Robin says she couldn't get a hold of me because I was at a recital with her daughter, and so I don't know, but it was rumored that David called her. If you watch the Unmasked interviews when David does the first interview on YouTube, he reiterates over and over. He's like, he keeps saying, I didn't know how to get out here. I didn't know the directions to get out there, to go out there. He keeps saying it. Well, his family is on Van Hill Road, which is where Don got the DUI, right past there. So he would know. He would know that.
Why would you keep repeating something like that?
Yeah, he's trying to emphasize that. That bothered me. But so then I've been trying to see if this rumor is right too. So you remember when Summer first went missing, there was a Baptist church that TBI had busted that the youth pastor was involved with child trafficking.
I remember that.
Yeah.
They said it was rumored, and I don't know how true this is. So anybody, saying it is not fact. I'm trying to find out. If people said early on that's the church that David came from.
Oh.
Really?
That's and I was just trying to see it. So I'm just telling plans here of what I'm looking into. So none of this is truth. Yeah, it's
Right.
a fact. So that would be a problem.
Right.
Then there's then you have Don when he goes on the behavior panel. The behavior panel guys, that's all they wanted to talk about really was David Dotson. To Don.
Yeah.
They really keyed in on
where they're going. You think they have suspicions?
Yeah, dude. And Don says some stuff about David Dotson that nobody knew till then. And I don't think because people were so upset about what the behavior panel's analysis of Don was, they didn't listen to what they said.
Right.
Right. People were mad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what he said was that Summer had been around David Dotson a lot.
Huh.
In and out, not just on church on Sunday either, or on Saturday. Sorry, because Seventh-day Adventists go to church on Saturday. So, yeah,
Hi,
he
Emma.
says it's strange. I'm working on probably this evening. I'll have that video out to let people see it. So, yeah, it's strange, man.
You know, we all hear stuff, and this is something I heard. It's a rumor. I heard somebody in the church needed a kidney very bad right when Summer went missing. Have you ever heard that?
See, I know where that came from. So Marlena Crawford had told Lips, and who knows if Lips is telling the truth. They just made that up.
Right.
Summer was sacrificed for her organs.
Well, see, I don't believe shit Marlena Crawford says because she'll tell anybody anything they want to hear if you pay her enough. Yeah. That's how she does her. That's why she comes on people's stuff, is people pay her.
And she been coming on people's shit like I had never seen it.
She had not recently, back a while back. But I think
tried to
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I tried to reach out to her early on, and her Facebook post said, "Don't even try to ask me. I have bigger things to worry about," or something.
Really?
Do you now? Because see, Marlena, that's the thing about Marlena, that she was one of the very first people. She put a post on June 15th, like about Summer being missing. So she's one of the first people to know. And I always found that's weird. But there's just so many weird people surrounding Summer, and none of their stories are the same. David Dotson included. He tried to say that the boys were at work with Don that day on the interview.
Is that where that came from? See, I was wondering where that information came from. Everybody was confused. I was too.
I still work, like I've tried to work all that. People got pissed because it's like you can't mention Jose's name at all. Jose bullshitted through all that interview he did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Jose just lied a lot.
Yeah. I mean, he specifically sits there and says that he didn't find out about anything on YouTube till the night before when Justin told him.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
So I'm like, and he's like, yeah, well, I try to tell people all the time when they ask, what people are you telling all the time about this if you just found out last night?
Yeah.
Right.
I sat and I went over that because I'll be honest with y'all, when it first came out, I didn't watch it because I knew it was bullshit when I heard.
Yeah.
So I watched it for the first time like 4 nights ago.
Yeah.
So when I watched it, I was like, when they started calling Don Sherfy is Don Sherbert.
Yeah.
He reminds me of ice cream.
That's why I asked you. Remember, I asked you that time about roaches because Jose said when you go to feed the dogs, the roaches be all the way up your arm before you got your hand out of the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where that came from.
I mean, it's a house out in the middle of nowhere and it's run down. Of course, they have bugs in there, but it was no worse than some houses I've seen. Right. I mean, Yeah, bad. They should have had some protection out there spraying or something, but it wasn't like infestation or us or
Yeah.
anything.
Jose embellished a ton of what he said. I mean, if you watch, well, you just did watch it. You know, he made himself out to be this badass, like he was punking Don and all this. Don
Yeah.
doesn't seem like the type guy to me that's going to let Jose punk him in his house. That just, I don't.
Jose's really short guy too. He's very short.
Yeah, he's a
And
little dude.
Don's not. Don's
Yeah.
pretty tall. He's taller than me, and I'm 6'1". So yeah, I don't know. I just don't see Jose. He's like, man, I'll put him down if he comes at me. And I'm no disrespect to him. Rest in peace, Jose. But it's not fair that people can't look at the things that he's saying. And even like, I'm not saying he's responsible for doing anything this summer or anything. I'm just saying, why lie? Why lie about something? Why does when you say that you stayed at the Wells house for 6 months, but yet the receipt shows y'all came in September, he was there maybe a month, and no matter how he plays it, he was only around Don Wells for a week, 7 days total.
Right.
So he claims to have seen all this, nefarious stuff between him and the kids in 7 days of being there. And both, by what he's saying, and it is verified, he did have a job. Jose had a job at cat scratch plant. I thought that was a lie, but that's true. And yeah, I don't know. And Don come back.
Is that what they do?
Yeah, cat. Yeah.
Hey, did you?
What is it? Where? WARE.
I think Candace and him had something going on too.
Andrew told me Allison said that she walked in the room and Candace had her hand down Jose's pants.
Probably.
I think that would explain. Yeah, it would explain why Candace.
That would explain the tension between the two very well. I think there's probably something to that.
I think it's funny that when Chris McDonough asked Candace, that she acted like she didn't know who he was at first.
Right.
And then she says that he's gay. He likes he told me he likes chicks with dicks or something.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, they said Candace said at one point that she didn't even know if that was Jose that was on Justice for All.
Yeah.
Well, I know he wasn't there that long, but damn it, she knew if that was him or not.
Yeah.
And she knows that was him. That's kind of shady. She said that.
I was still talking to her when that interview first came out, and I asked her, I said, is that the real Jose? She said, well, at first I didn't think it sounded like him, but yeah, it is. So when she said that on Daisy's the other night, I was like, I was like, you know who he is.
Yeah.
And I also asked her, I said, what did she call your mom? Or what did Jose, how did he, by name, what did he call your mom? Because he kept calling her Grandis to that interview. And that nobody called her that till YouTube. Now, if he didn't know anything about the YouTube, so I wanted to try to trip him up on that if I ever got a chance to talk to him, but he called her Candy. And then I asked, where did your mom take him when Don went to jail? Because he left 3 days after Don went to jail. But then he said Don was in jail for 7 days. Well, he might have known that still being in like contact with him. But I said, where did your mom take Jose? She said, I don't remember. She don't remember. And I said, because Jose says South Carolina in the interview, and they said North Carolina early on. That's where that mix-up came from. Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Right, that's what I was going to say. That's what I heard, Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where did he go after that? Do you know? Have you ever heard?
This is what's weird. Alaska. Supposedly. Alaska. I have Andrew showed a picture of Jose's phone, a screenshot from Jose's phone that he sent to Jeffy. Right. Because he said, everybody claims he threw his phone in the ocean.
Right.
He sent it back to Jeffy, and I believe Andrew with this because he had a picture and he shows the screen. Allison took a screenshot, and we flipped it, and we were able to read it. You want to see it?
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Yeah, we just
You got to be easy with Andrew, but some things he says I do believe.
Well,
I do
yeah.
too.
If it's not, if it doesn't have to do with him and making himself look better, I think he
No,
tells the
correct.
truth on things.
Yeah.
I do too.
I think most of the time when he's lying, it's only to make himself look
You're right.
better because, you
Better
know,
parent.
I think everybody would agree he wasn't a great father to age.
Right.
No, and he said some very, very
Yeah.
weird things.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, like, you know what moist stands for? Like, he claims he has the panda bear as the picture, which is very weird. And he's had it for a long time. But he changed his channel. Moist, like, these people
Yeah.
on men, what's it called? What's it stand for, Allison? Men, oh my gosh, on something of S trafficking.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hold on. She'll tell you. What was it, Allison?
I could probably look it up.
Yeah, she's looking it up too.
I wondered why he used that word. It didn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
He's
me
like,
too.
oh, we just did it on our, it was the people in the chat that wanted it that. I'm like, no, they didn't.
Yeah.
And the
I don't
Why
know.
would you do that? Peter, that's sick.
The panda bear is like a huge, like in the pedo world, that's a huge symbol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the black eyes.
And people told him that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I told him that.
Panda eyes,
I
yeah.
got on his ass about that. I said, dude, you need to take the panda down. People think that is a symbol of, what we know it is a symbol of.
And he knows that too.
And he tries to act like, oh, well, I just, somebody give it to me and that's why I
No.
have it and all this bullshit.
Yeah, I call BS. Here, I'm getting ready to share this right here. Let me share my screen.
He said he slept with his brother-in-law the other day on a live. Really?
Oh my God.
God, that's crazy.
So he's bi, I guess.
Oh, he's openly bi.
Oh no.
Oh, I need to add that to bring it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Here it goes. There we are.
Yes.
It's hard to see. What's it say?
Okay. Hello, Jose. You haven't replied to standby agreement. Must reply ASAP. Thanks, Silver Bay. That's Silver Bay Cannery in Alaska.
Okay.
That was sent. It's a screenshot and it says Thursday, 9:47 p.m. below. I just replied. And then it goes blurry right there. But for him to have these screenshots from Jose's phone,
Right.
unless Jose sent them to him, they said they took a picture of the phone, but now they don't have the phone anymore because they destroyed it.
Why would he send them the phone though? I didn't get that.
Me either.
I don't either. Something's weird. And
Yeah, there's a lot of
hold on,
weird
let me.
stuff.
You can take that down. Yeah, let me share it.
Why do you go to Alaska?
This is the weirdest thing right here. That's weird. And then he, on his. Did you see the copy of his death certificate?
I seen
he
a
was
video
found-
where they said they had it.
In San Diego in a tent from a fentanyl overdose.
Oh, really?
Wow.
No,
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how he allegedly passed away. But and you notice this is another thing. People got really mad because Jose on the interview would not say Candace did drugs because I've tried to say that from the beginning. She does not. She's not a meth head. She drinks like a fish. That's her thing. And would occasionally eat a pain pill for her teeth because her teeth were severely infected. But I mean, that's I'm just calling it how I see it. Best believe, Don is a crackhead. That's what he likes. Not meth. He's crackhead. Dudley is a meth head, and you know, Dudley. I'm sorry. Don said that Dudley was. Am I the only one on here? Hello. Did I get kicked? Hold on, guys. I don't know if I got kicked or John Davis. Let me see. Let me make sure, guys. I'm going to turn this on if it echoes. Yeah, it's just me. Okay. Allison. Allison, you okay? That's, hey guys, I thought Allison fell in there. It's scary. So. Hold on, I'm going to get off of this thing real quick. This thing is just weirding me out. I don't know what happened.
And we're back. All right.
Oh, you scared me.
Sorry. Scared myself. Guys, I don't know what that was all about. We ain't had no internet issues in a while, but damn.
Yeah, last night I noticed it was giving me some issues, but it's been pretty good. Sorry. Then we lost Cam. He got all wigged out because we left.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, he's down here. We have him back.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I kicked myself because I was like, "Is it me? Or is it windy there? Is it windy at y'all's place?"
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, this morning.
It's really windy here. That always messes up my internet.
I hadn't had no problems in a long time.
Dude, I have it like if you have a guest on StreamYard, if you got to share something, sometimes it's hit or miss like that. It'll do that.
I need a better damn computer. I need one like yours.
Dude, mine, listen to this, man. I sent mine in because mine completely like just quit my desktop. I'm on my laptop now.
Oh, yeah?
That brand new one, and it was under warranty. It said something about a BIOS update, and it would do nothing. It would count from 15 down to 1 and restart over and over and over. Well, I sent it in, and it was under warranty, and they sent something back and said, not covering under warranty, we're sending it back. And I was like, oh, no.
That's messed up.
Wow.
I hadn't even had it a year.
That thing's nice too. Yours, you got a touch screen. He's got a touch screen that's huge.
They're
I'd love to have it.
Thanks to Danny that she helped us out with it. It's awesome. But I was thinking of something. I was telling people about the video. They were thinking Candace. They were saying Candace was, what about the picture or the video of Dawn on the toilet when Candace was passed out? Drunk people do pass out like that. They asphyxiate on their own vomit and stuff. They look pretty rough when they pass out. And it's people that get, I don't know. I'm just going to say this. So Tim Mullen was allegedly there that night when that went down. And that's who said that it's just drinking. I don't know. Are y'all froze again? Dang, it's just me again. That's weird, dude. Anywhere, I don't have chat, so I can't see it here. So you all saw the bust with Ricky Crawford and Clesta Taylor. So they rumored that Clesta Taylor was H's girlfriend's mom. I don't know. But Ricky Taylor, or not Ricky Taylor, but Clesta Taylor's first husband was the one they found passed away in Beach Creek just days after Summer went missing. In the creek or something is where they found him. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But they said that Clesta was H's girlfriend's mom. I don't know. If that's so, then that's weird. But they said that Ricky Crawford, Marlena's brother, was following Summer's case very closely by his Facebook. I went and checked it out, and he indeed was. Oh, man, I think they need to just close their live stream till they get everything fixed. I don't know if they want me to sit here for a minute or what. Let me see if I can see the chat over here. I don't believe Mama Mia to my son. I don't believe Tim Mullen at all. Mia, I've been very verbal about how Tim Mullen is he's hated us from the beginning and we do not like him. I don't believe him. I'm just saying that's what he said. I'm sorry. The only reason I took that into account when he said that is because I've seen Candace drink and we've seen how sloppy she gets when she's like that when we've been up there. So, take it or leave it. I don't care what people believe. Nobody believes anything and that's okay. And I don't expect him to, because look, everybody around Summer's case has been full of shit and tells a different story, which is sad. One thing I can say is everything that me and Allie have tried to bring to y'all about this case has had some backing to it, and we try to bring you uh, factual proof. When we say something is fact, we try to back it up every time and have, if not more than one, pieces of proof to go with it. I will say that, and that's what I was going to finish telling y'all before he froze up, is not only did David Dotson get invited by Robin to the church in March, Tim Mullen was posting videos of the Seventh-day Adventist Easter play at Warriors Park before Summer went missing.
Cool.
You back?
Yeah, guys, if we go out again, I give up. We're quitting for the day. We'll try it one last time.
It's actually crazy.
I was just telling him about, like, to stay on track with that, about the David Dotson thing. Tim Mullen, did you know that he was? Did you freeze? No, you're there.
No.
Tim Mullen was posting videos of the Seventh-day Adventist play before Summer went missing that they had at Warriors Park. So,
really?
Yeah, and he calls her the bread lady. So there's a connection of these two individuals.
Who's the bread lady?
That's Robin's nickname by Tim Mullen.
Oh.
Somebody said in the chat, and you know this, you can vouch for this, Tim Mullen hates my guts and I hate him. Yeah, I don't believe anything Tim Mullen says. Somebody said in the chat, sorry that you're the only one that believes Tim, Cam. I was like, believe me, I don't believe Tim.
Tim's out for Tim. I'll tell you that now.
Yeah. Tim had tried to have Benny attack me and everybody else. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he had different plotted out people. I've come to find out. What, babe?
Tim and Benny put out the thing that we paid $5,000 for
the
rights for
Tim,
Summer's image.
Yeah, Tim and Benny put out that we paid the Wells $5,000 for Summer's rights to Summer's picture.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would he say that?
Yeah,
that's weird.
Went to the PIs and said that we did it, but
to try to get us kicked.
Try to get us kicked and moved out of the way because we were telling the truth about it, despite it not running everything by Tim.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then he tried to say that it was an NDA that he put out to people. When I did it was a privacy consent form, property privacy consent form. So it was just all it was. If you sign it, said that you can't say anything when you're on that property. They don't want you to use recording devices. That's all it was. It's not an NDA. It's not like it's. And I showed a copy of it.
Right.
I called that dude out from the get-go because I even showed what he wanted the billboard to be, and it was a picture of Don.
You told me that a while back, man, and I could not believe that. Like, the billboard was the majority Don's picture.
Wow.
Yeah, Don on one side and Summer on the other, but Don's picture was bigger.
Oh, my God.
And it said, help me find her daughter.
Why wouldn't you put her picture twice or just her?
Well, what the hell does Dawn need to be on it, period?
Yeah, really.
When you're looking for Dawn, we know where Dawn is.
Because he's upset. He's like, he always says, Dawn's the quarterback. So, but.
He also said
wow.
Yeah, he also said we don't need to put Summer on a pedestal. I'm like, no, that's exactly where she needs.
Oh, my God. Really?
He said that?
Yeah, he said that.
That's disgusting.
He's a piece of shit, man. And then all this that potentially when Don says that he's known 423 Chase for 7 years, I don't know if he's joking when he said that, but when I'm starting to find out that all these people were around that church and were brought in, and so this is the only thing about, and I like Robin as a person. I've met her, but I'm going to tell the truth about things like I'm starting to find out that there's a lot of people that are connected to Robin that are connected to all the weird people. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like she's the key player between all these. I don't know. And
Well, I think it's weird how they called her, when it happened. She's
she's the
one of the
first.
first one out there.
Don't you find that odd?
Yeah, she's the first one that they tried calling, and she didn't answer because she was at a play with her daughter. So at the dance recital or something. But then she tells on the interview with Chris McDonough that David Dodson was already out there and was up on the hill at the house before, and he wasn't. Nobody was. They got there at the same time.
Right.
David Dodson and Robin got there at the same time. So why would she say that he was up at the house and then came back down? And
I just think it's an odd choice of people to call regardless.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if we're being honest, we know Candace isn't real religious. She sleeps in church.
yeah,
I just do not see calling them two people when your daughter disappears.
Yeah.
yeah.
I would even think they would call Allison first, or even
I'll be
Jody
real with
too.
you. Why I think she called is because Candace is an opportunist and she's a manipulator and a user. So
It was her image. She wanted Robin up there because it made her image better. Because
Church.
Robin looks clean. She's in church. I agree totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
and she, even after this is what Robin did for. Robin's the one that paid to get Candace's teeth pulled, all that.
Oh, I thought Dr. Phil paid for that.
Dr. Phil just put veneers in, and they were like he did. It was just like cosmetic. They didn't fix any of the problems.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when she came back, she got the veneers taken out, everything. Yeah.
Hey, have you ever watched Dr. Phil besides the summer episode?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen him baby guests as much as he did them?
I have seen him. Okay, I've seen him get rough with people, but if he's not getting the response he wants, he will.
But I mean, Candace was answering everything with no or I don't know, and he was just
He just went with it.
I know, and I've never seen him do that.
I think maybe she wouldn't answer the questions. Some of the
Well,
questions.
it's where she got up and walked off on the behavior panel and started crying.
Right.
I guarantee you she said probably that she wouldn't come back unless they.
That's what I'm thinking too.
But his answer at the end of it from the behavior panel with her is because they said behavior panel said, they didn't say what they said with Dawn. They said they didn't believe Dawn knew anything, but with her, they said we think she knows something. But then this is weird. They think that she knows something that she don't know that she knows. I was like, what? The hell is that?
I think what she knows is she's lying about the timeline.
Yeah.
And specifically what happened.
Right.
So this is the thing. I just talked about this for the first time. And I said, everybody out there, so it's a common knowledge thing that grandma is pretty big at selling her prescriptions out there.
Really?
Yeah. So when she left, right after Summer went missing, she had to get, that's where she went, was to Wisconsin to her pain doctor.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Really?
And this is what I think. This is really what I think that's a possibility, is that if they had people coming up there buying the scripts, she just went to the ER that morning. If she wrote something stronger,
right?
Maybe she got rid. They needed money. She was getting rid of something. What if whoever that person was had somebody in the car with them, or had Summer's outside playing? What would they? That's per opportunity.
Right.
And what if that person grabbed her? And that's how you get the footprints. He takes, and somebody comes out from buying something inside the camper, and his buddy's not in the car. He's going to drive around the roads till he sees them and find them. So
I would love to know what the prescription was for sure that day.
I'll tell you why I said that and I'll tell you privately why I say that about driving around. because there's scent hits that are other places, but so rumor. But
Well, I think I think a big hint too was when the EquiSearch people said they think she had been moved. So I think they found something, don't you?
well, what his exact words said that somebody could have possibly, they thought that somebody could have possibly have taken her, got scared and didn't know it was going to get this big, and then brought her back and dropped her off, and she was walking through the woods. That's what he said.
Ugh.
Yeah, somebody made a video the other night and had it might have been Killer Looks. They had that. I can't remember, but he had that recording of. It's at the end of his video.
Makes you think they know something though, don't it?
Yeah, and for them to say something that specific.
Yeah.
So he's talking about when they got the prints, and so law enforcement this is from the property owners post in the Facebook group. So it was on the 19th of June when they located the prints, when the dogs alerted on them. They went to the property owners on the 18th, asked for permission. They hit on the prints on the 19th. They the police, everybody, they put everything they had at it. They thought they were going to find her. They had the helicopters, everything out there. Well, Dave Rader says that he just came into town about 11 o'clock that night, and that's what he had heard. And that's when he says that so he's heard this from law enforcement saying that, well, somebody got scared and probably dropped her back off, and she's wandering in the woods out there or something. That's weird.
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah.
John and Cam, do you think Summer may have gotten pain meds thinking they were candy? Just asking. I think it's a possibility.
If grandma is, if it's true that she was distributing something like that, I just don't see her laying something around like that.
That's what I've always said about that too, is like most of the time if people's doing that kind of stuff, they're taking care of it. They're not just going to leave it to where, because a lot, when you're around people that you're selling stuff to, they're going to steal your shit if they
you don't leave that shit just laying around.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think so. I don't think that happened.
Yeah, if it's pill, she put it in her mouth and probably spit it out,
You take one, you chew up in one pain pill.
Yeah. Now, fentanyl or something like that, maybe, but not no pills.
Yeah, but I don't think she had fentanyl.
No.
I think she had whatever the doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was that goes back to talking about that. So even with Jose, she said because Dudley had that statement that he said that Jose was still staying with grandma in the camper and all that. And then people said when grandma said in her little interview, she said, well, we were taking a nap. The first thing. So she's talking about, I don't think Jose was there. I think that was a bunch of shit, but I'd like to know where Dudley got that from.
Yeah.
I'd like to know how Dudley knew about Jose. I guess maybe Dawn could have been talking to him about him at work, but it was weird that Dudley even knew who Jose was, I thought.
I called Dudley and did an interview. Did you see that video?
You told me
Yeah, well, I called him. This was 6 months ago, and I told him I was from the Times News or something. And he talked to me because I knew he wouldn't talk to me any other way. Anyway, he says that he's known Don for 7 to 12 years, somewhere in there.
Wow.
He'd known Don for a long time and used to work with him before this.
Oh, I didn't know.
So I guarantee when he went to work with Don was telling him, hey, well, I just went to jail because there was this guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And, I thought there might be something to the stuff Dudley says, but now I just can't believe shit he said,
Yeah. I know.
Like when he was saying Dawn was upset, crying in the bathtub, missed work Sunday and all that. Now I don't know if any of that's true,
I called him out on that. What were you going to say, Alison?
Everything Dudley said had been talked about, except for the bathtub stuff, had been talked about on YouTube in some capacity before he said it.
Right.
I think he said that about Jose. I think he literally was just going by everything on YouTube.
Well, here's one for you too. If people didn't want to believe what Don said, what did Dudley just get busted for?
Right, twice.
Yeah.
And he said, and when it was brought up about Dudley, what he did, Dudley was like, "Oh, I've never done that before ever. I smoke weed every once in a
Right.
while."
Yeah.
Well, I known from because I talked to a bunch of people that worked at Tucker Drywall, and they even said they're like he's a bad individual. He's on
Yeah.
Dudley. They didn't say that about Don.
He cleaned himself up very well for his interview he did. I think he fooled a lot of people, you know.
Yeah, it took him a year to come out and talk. He did one with that one girl, that one big YouTuber, like over the phone, and then he did the one with Bullhorn Betty, and then where they
Right.
paid him and took him out to eat.
Right.
I wonder how much they paid him.
I don't know, probably. And then he's the one, he's the one that Dudley was the one that showed him where Don was working to get him fired up there. That was
Really?
Oh, I didn't think
I
about
didn't
that.
know that.
that he's the one that he was their informant.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dudley's something else, man.
Yeah, he is. And so when I called him, I asked him about that bathtub stuff. It's on that video. I shortened it down for just the call and put it out. But I asked him about the bathtub. I was like, "So was Don in the bathtub?" He was like, "No, sitting on the side of it."
Oh, I changed the story.
Yeah. And the whole go ahead.
That now I just don't believe shit he said. Period. After all this has come out, you know that.
Exactly. And I want. This is what's weird too. His charges on the court website say cocaine.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's on the Tennessee Sullivan County Court's court case info website. And it doesn't say anything about meth. It says it's scheduled 2, and then it said a scheduled 6, which is marijuana.
Okay.
Yeah. Or poppers, whatever poppers are.
I've never heard.
I've never heard of poppers. You
It's-
may know what poppers is.
That's weird.
It said something like albuterol. I was like inhaler in it or something. What the? Hold on, I can pull it. I got his.
I had it somewhere.
He has
It's on the bottom of that picture.
He has a lengthy court that came. What?
He got charges. Those were different charges.
Those were different charges.
So he got arrested 3 times
He got arrested 3 times
between March and April.
between March and April.
Remember
Wow.
that April 3rd stuff was not the same stuff that he was arrested for on April 13th.
Yeah.
It's not.
What else?
God, how do you screw up that bad in the matter of a month?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because he's like, I believe when they. Oh, y'all.
The April 13th stuff is meth manufacturing, deliver, sell, possess with intent. It's Schedule 2 drugs manufacturing, deliver, sell, possess. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
And then display of registration plates. So his registration was bad.
So
I
he
guess.
got pulled over.
Again.
Yeah.
That was
He got caught with a bunch of meth.
Yeah. And that so
So the website hadn't updated that day when we were looking at
he
it.
still said he had that yellow Xterra that's in the video of Summer dancing.
Right.
When we were out searching, that very first search in that tunnel, I tried that we had a yellow Xterra that was watching us. And when we went, when I chased it, it outran us.
Really?
And I have an Infinity FX35. It's got the same engine, 350Z, and it couldn't keep up with it.
They say popper is a slang term given broadly to drugs of the chemical class called alkali nitrates that are inhaled.
Yeah, that's
Must be like duster and shit, right?
like air dust or something. Yeah, it's weed mostly. That's what a Schedule 6.
Schedule 6 is weed. Schedule 7 is the nitrous oxide.
Okay, Schedule
poppers
7 is
and-
poppers, and then 6 is
Yeah.
weed.
6 was just weed and
So
its derivative.
this is thing too. Y'all remember? Did y'all remember hearing this? And this is, I know this to be fact. When he talked to Richard Tucker for Tucker Drywall, I'm talking about Dudley Agent. He cried and said he got too close to that family. That's what happened during his interview. He did it also when the PIs interrogated him.
That's weird.
Man, he looks better and better as a suspect, don't he?
That's what I'm saying. This dude, I like, dude, he's been weird to me, and he just went too far off the rails with his bullshit, saying, "Oh, Don was scared that I was going to take his job. I just work so much better than him," and that's
Oh, yeah, he made himself to be the man, didn't
Yeah.
yeah. And I'm like, so that's the reason Don could fire you.
he? The reason though I thought Don was lying about him is because Don acted like he was so foreign to seeing somebody on drugs.
Yeah.
I assume Don was embellishing and making shit up. Because if you've seen that part where Don talks about that, it's funny as hell. Because Don acts like he ain't never seen nobody high before. You
So-
know?
So Don, and I know how to explain this. So Don is a very open about his crack addiction. He is a crackhead, and so he's one of those people that use. Well, at least I ain't a meth head. You know, at least
Right,
Gotcha.
so he blames it to make himself feel better.
I
right.
know.
Because he is very open about his crack addiction. And he goes. That's when he takes off on his little run. He goes and smokes crack for days.
Do you talk to them anymore?
No, well, he tried to text me the other night, and I didn't do it. After I heard him on White Boy trying to talk shit, he said he was on White Boy the other night saying, "Well, Cam talked about the footprints, and those weren't supposed to be talked about. I'm not the one that put it out there. The property owner did on a Facebook."
That's how I seen it the
Yeah.
first time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don and Candace acted like they didn't know about them in November of 2021.
Grandma pulled me aside and said she did.
And Grandma Candy pulled Allison aside and said, "I don't know why they're acting like that. They heard about that months ago."
That's weird.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Something weird to be blunt about.
So if you had to say right now today, what would you say happened this summer?
I think, my honest opinion, dude, I do think that it was, if somebody took her, it was somebody that bad people that were coming and frequenting that property
Yeah.
and targeted her.
Yeah, I can go along with that, man. I'm kind of feeling like that, but I think if Candace would just quit fucking lying about what happened that day, they might be able to actually find someone.
That's probably the part that she's holding out and not being, that she's being so sketchy about, because she doesn't want to tell what they were doing because she's selfish like that. They don't want to see anything when we were getting rid of some and we had bad people up here, so because they think they'd get in trouble for selling or something.
Right.
Well, but for God forbid, if it's my child over me and getting in trouble for selling, I'm going to make sure my child is found.
Right.
Yeah.
In most best case scenario, the cops are going to say, "Hey, ain't worried about that. Let's find your daughter. Let's tell us who was here."
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. She's more worried about vanity and how she's coming off than telling the truth to find someone.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree. I think it's a good possibility too. I used to think it was definitely Candace, but now I think it's 50-50. It was either Candace, something happened, an accident, or it was what you said.
Yeah.
One of the sketchy ass people that come up there. I mean, you've seen all the sketchy people we've seen around already.
Yeah.
All of them are sketchy as hell. Dudley, Fred Hill, Jody Sue, Sherfy Jr. Yeah. Marlena.
Yeah.
I
Look
mean,
who just got busted. Marlena's brother,
Ricky Crawford.
and Clesta Taylor. Clesta Taylor is her former husband was the one they found dead in a creek or something in Beach Creek 4 days after Summer goes missing.
Oh yeah.
And then it's rumored that Clesta was H's girlfriend's mom. I don't know if that's true. They tried to say that it was Christy Mock, which is Sherfy Senior's girlfriend. It's not. That's not Hunter's girlfriend's mom. And I think it's Clesta.
Right.
I'm not sure though. But there's all these people that are right around there. And look, I mean, this is what's funny. So Sheriff Lawson said, "There ain't no drug problem down here. Look at all the hits that are going on.
Wow.
They're busting all the people that are right from there."
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
That's another thing of him trying to look good too. You know,
Yeah.
he don't want to think people. He don't want people thinking that there's a drug problem in his jurisdiction.
Right.
So he's trying to play it down, and that's not helping either.
Yeah, it didn't help that his son was a freaking pedophile too to his own. Yeah.
Dude, you tell me how they kept that shit under wraps as good as they did until the damn he was already sentenced.
Yeah,
I
that's crazy.
still don't understand how that happened.
They had a private trial hearing for him that was set up just days before.
Ain't that wild? I've never seen that before.
So his victim was his own adopted daughter.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And yes, this is fact. And see, the reason he got in trouble is because it was going to go public because that girl's boyfriend at school went to it's bad. Went to a gym teacher and said, "I don't know how she knows all this."
That's crazy.
And when they looked into when they looked into it, all that came out, and then like they were like, "Oh, it's been investigated and all that." He was a youth pastor at a church too.
I've seen that. I've seen pictures of that where he's out and doing stuff with a bunch of kids running around and all that.
How close looks? He's in here.
He's been in here for a while.
I just noticed. Look at him.
But it's wild, man. There's so many sketchy people around this that it's hard to pick one that you think is the best suspect.
I think Dudley, he's a good suspect too.
He is a good one, and people dismissed him because they hated Dawn so much.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Jody Spews Brown now?
Dude, I just think that I think my honest opinion about her now is that she was an informant for Lawson and has been for a long time.
Oh, really?
And that she'd
be a good rat.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
She rats publicly, so wouldn't doubt she's doing it behind the scenes.
But God, you couldn't tell between your lies and truth, you know?
Yeah. She flipped out when that came out. When Smiley got that call, or between when Smiley let the call out from the DA secretary, district attorney secretary, and Smiley. Did y'all hear that?
No, I didn't hear it.
Y'all should hear that. That Jody Sue played it and was flipping out about it. Why is she saying this? This, and said this. I had this. I thought this was weird. I had this weird theory. I was like, think about this because of Sherfy Jr. being so close to Evelyn Boswell. And she said that exact thing that we said. So what if now there's a known pedophile on Ben Hill Road and all this? Now, this could have messed up the whole case for Summer. I was like, what the?
Dude, there's pedophiles everywhere around that area. It's like the population is amazing. I did like the math on it. The rate of pedophiles in that area, Church Hill, all over there, is just blown out. Dude, the guy who's on to catch a predator lives 8 miles from there. Did you know that?
Everyone you look at, dude, when you look into, if you pull up backgrounds in that area and you go down to how many RSOs are within a certain area there, dude, it is astronomical, the amount of them. I'm like, holy crap.
Dude, on my background check thing I've been going through them. I got the whole list of them looking for a red truck. And, man, it's amazing how many there are.
Dude, everybody here, you probably where you live, too, that drive to Toyota Tacomas.
Yeah. They're everywhere, the curves. I've never – but the problem there seems worse. Like, the rate there is really high. Church Hill's got tons of them.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Tons, and you got dirty, like that doesn't help that you have dirty cops too, cops that are pedophiles too.
Yeah,
that are coming. You had that John Allen Biggins. You had and the other one that was the worst one was a guy that got busted in the Kingsport Police Department that Lawson gave a special recommendation to. He was the one that was going on all these chat boards called Dreamland and all this and he was using people's IP addresses to do it, and he was in a group that thought they should have it shouldn't be a crime to have relations with infants.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah,
he went to federal prison for 30-something years, which ain't enough. And then you got Randy Haas, who's related to Jody Sue, who got busted. He's a cop.
There is a big movement for that shit lately, it seems, wanting to legalize pedophilia.
Yeah, it's nasty.
You know it?
Yeah, it's because I don't know, man. I don't know how y'all's beliefs are, but it's like This is the end times prophecy stuff. It is. It's like you got people calling good bad and bad good.
It's
Yeah.
like backwards. Everything's upside
Do
down.
me and Brandy, before we come on today, we was watching a thing on YouTube. This family has 2 transgender kids already on hormone blockers at 7 years old. The other one's 4. She's already, they called socially transitioned. And they're waiting, can't wait to put the girl on testosterone and all this shit. You tell me how 2 kids in one family are transgender, and it ain't the parents making them that way.
If a kid, say you have a son and he comes to you and he puts on he's wearing his sister's dress or something, you're like, oh, okay, it's either encouraging it or not. You just act like it's not a thing, and usually they grow out of it.
Exactly.
They're younger. It's people that are trying to push the way they believe. Adults trying to push the way they believe.
Their agenda.
Yeah. So there was a law or not a law, I guess it would have been a law that the school board met here where I live, and people were raising hell about it. So if your kid went to school and said that they got in trouble because, say, for example, that their parents didn't let him wear a dress that day, that it was the school's responsibility to call social services on you for child neglect and mental abuse.
Dude, I heard a thing where they're trying to say that if a kid at school is wanting to be transgender or whatever, that they're trying to pass a thing where the parents aren't notified.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
But to call social services and say that you're not raising your kid right because you don't let them, I don't know.
Every kid, like girls, some girls are tomboys. That's just how they are. It don't mean that they need to be a transgender.
I had cousins that were tomboys that were rougher than me, that are girls that grew up and have husbands and 4 kids.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, the way I see it is like some boys have a little bit more feminine than others, and some girls are a little bit more masculine than others. That doesn't mean you start putting them on hormone blockers and all this bullshit.
Not at 4 years old.
And earlier, they're talking about 3 and 4 year olds.
They can't even make a decision.
That are needing to transition. That shit is crazy.
Their brain is not even
That's
developed.
the devil, dude. If you ask me, that's what that is. That's evil.
Yeah,
Y'all ever eat these?
Oh, I love nerds. Yes.
Oh, the gummy clusters. Hold on, let me show you something.
Thank you, Suzette. For being
That's all I eat, dude.
You're prepared, ain't you?
These are $6 a bag.
I've never seen them. What are they, nerds? Oh.
Nerds. Yeah, they look good.
Gummy clusters. Amazing.
You're like, dog. He has a whole candy drawer stash.
Yeah.
I had to change the subject before we get ourselves in trouble.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Cam?
What?
Do you see this? Can you see what's on the screen?
Mm-mm.
It's that Dylan Mulvaney. They put her on Bud Light. Now everybody's boycotting Bud Light. Have you heard about that?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, they put her on a can. Kid Rock is boycotting, Travis Tritt, everybody. People are finally starting to get tired of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's too late.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they've let them get by with everything, and then I don't know, man. It starts. They inch it out. They throw little things out there. They get little laws passed, and then they transgender story time at kids' schools.
I've seen that. Yep.
Or drag queen story time, whatever it is.
It makes you want to homeschool your kids.
They're not wanting to educate your kids anymore. They're wanting to indoctrinate them. Is what's going on.
That's right.
They don't need to say anything to my kids about anything sexual, nothing to that effect. They need to teach them math, reading, spelling, and that's it. History.
I'm not even gonna let my kids take family life at school. I'll teach them that.
Yeah, I don't like.
You never remember family life when you were in school when they showed you the reproductive system and all that, and then
health class.
Yeah, health class.
Yeah.
We call it family life. We had it like once a year, every year.
Right.
It's stupid.
I'd hate to know what it entails now.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh.
At school, I tell you though, I talk to my kids
Me too.
regularly about what's going on at school. I ask them, "Are you seeing rainbow flags and all this?" And they're saying it ain't going on at their school. And the first time I hear about any bullshit like that, I'm gonna be right up there at that school.
Well,
Parents are gonna be the ones that have to stop this shit.
they were wanting to change. That was the thing of what I was telling you about the school board. They wanted to make the bathrooms in schools transgender at school, and I was like, well, I know how boys are in school. They come to school and say, "Oh, I'm transgender." They just go in the girls' locker room.
Yeah,
Right.
that's not right.
And or that's too. They're just trying. I mean, the younger. That's the reason they're doing it, because if they can indoctrinate the younger ones at a small age, then their belief system is brainwashing.
Right.
What it is.
That's just like the ones I was telling you about that have 2 transgender kids. The odds of that are astronomical. You know that it's being the parents that's made them that way.
Thank you, Darcy. Become a member.
Thank you, Versi. Welcome.
A lot of people that have the transgender the surgery to it brings a lot of health issues. Like it is not good.
And it's permanent a lot of times.
Yeah, they dropped charges in Monkey's case.
Were they? I didn't know that. Did you?
Oh, yeah.
I tell you, man, I'm starting to question that because it seems like they come out awful hard that they had that shit solved and done, and now it don't seem like there's any progress going on, does it?
No, I don't know. If that means their charges dropped, that means they got to let them ones out.
Who?
In Michael Vaughn's case.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what was their name?
Sarah Wondra.
Yeah.
I would think they would have more information out or film something by now.
If they dropped charges on her, that means they had nothing.
They dug up the whole backyard.
Yeah, they dug up that whole yard and hauled it off and sifted it, and apparently they didn't find nothing.
I'm going to say this, and some people might get mad at me, but there was a familiar face standing on all those police, behind the police up there. A questionable police background himself.
Oh, yeah?
You know who I'm talking about.
Who was it?
He's a YouTuber. He's on up there always behind on the press conferences.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the rumor is, the Idaho case, that he found that glove.
Yeah.
That was one of the police, the tech people.
They used, to process the thing.
Yeah.
Go in there.
I can't stand his ass. What?
I get hate all the time for not because I'm vocal about it, but I'm not going to judge y'all. But I mean, look what he did to Michael Crow. If people go look at those interviews, like he got a false confession from Michael Crow and had him sit in prison for years on something he did not do.
Oh, I thought we were talking about somebody else, but yeah, that was shady as hell. I know exactly. I watched that like a week ago, actually. And it's odd that came up.
That same officer is.
Thank you, Versi.
Everyone. Guys, I got to go. Thank y'all for letting me come up.
All right, man. Appreciate it. We'll holler at you later.
Later, buddy.
Thank you, Versi, being a member.
Thank you, Versi.
Super sticker. Yeah, thank you very much. That's nice of you.
Wow, that's so generous. We appreciate it too, because that helps us do more, you know. Like I've said, I try not to rant about it, but it's not cheap doing this. You have to have background checks, StreamYard service, all this, and we appreciate y'all's help. We really do.
Energy put into it.
Yeah. Now, I hadn't heard about Michael Vaughn, the charges being dropped on Sarah Wander. I hope that ain't true.
Me too.
Because if they're dropping charges, that's bad for his case.
I thought they would have evidence, some kind of evidence to back their stuff up.
Well, I watched interviews with Monkey's mother, and she seemed like she was confident that they had it wrapped up. If it turns out that they don't have nothing on them, see, I always was worried after seeing her TikToks and stuff that she could have made that shit up, or her husband could have, and they went with it before they had enough evidence. I hope that ain't true. You know?
But you would think before they dug up that backyard, they would have had to have something, to dig the backyard up like that.
You would think, man, you would think for sure they didn't just go on their word, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy. But it's just, you don't hear anything about it after.
No, it's been total silent. The last thing I heard was they did have something they sent off for DNA.
Right.
Now, they didn't specify what that something was, but they said they had sent something off, you know?
Yeah. So let's hope not.
I tell you though, everybody
They drop-
that's watching, that's parents, grandparents, have kids in school, talk to them, find out what's going on in school.
Yeah.
Make sure you ask questions, or because this indoctrination shit needs to stop. It's gotten really bad.
Oh yeah, very bad.
Oh, oops, sorry. I've been wondering about Little Monkey's case. I have too.
Me too.
I really felt like they had something.
Yeah, I was thinking there's some movement on it. There'll be an end to it. We can find out what happened. I'm really, interested in what actually happened.
If a child feels transgender, fine. However, I don't agree with hormone blockers at the age of 7 or 4 or whatever. Would it be best way to support your child until they are of age? Yes,
Yeah.
I think you should definitely have to be 18 to do anything.
Yeah.
How many of these little kids, just like we were talking about, are tomboys or boys that are a little feminine,
Just confused.
And just a little bit confused, and then they're being pushed into this. And
it's fine, if they're a teenager and start acting like, come to you and talk to you about it, that's one thing.
Yeah.
I would support my kid, but I wouldn't push it on them. No way.
Absolutely not. Because and this is all honesty, until a few years ago, this was considered a mental disorder. Okay. Yeah. And if you've seen how some of these people on TikTok and stuff act, you can tell there's something wrong. There really is. But I think there are legitimate people that are transgender, though. I do.
Yeah.
And, God bless them. That's their business. It's not ours. But when you start with 4 and 5-year-olds on hormone blockers or any of that, that's crazy to me. That's child abuse, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you agree?
Yeah. Well, their brain should be fully developed before they decide something permanent.
Oh, thank you, One Love.
Thank you. So, I agree.
I think me and Brandy just set a record for how long we've been on.
Marathon. I'm sorry, my nose is running. I'm sitting here wiping it. Yeah.
Brandy has a cold. It's a known fact that some kids grow older and change their minds. Absolutely.
Yeah, and some of this stuff will prevent them having babies and everything else. And then, that's a struggle all in itself when they get older.
And that's like what me and Brandy were watching earlier. This mom's telling this 7-year-old kid, when we do this, it's going to ruin your eggs and you won't have to ever be able to have children. And the kid's like, oh, that's okay.
And she's sitting there collaring a picture.
Yeah. Do you think that 7-year-old really understands the consequences of all this? I don't.
I don't think your brain fully develops until, I think, in your 20s.
We learn every day. Don't develop as 4, 5, 7, or 8. Yeah. I'll tell you that. You don't find yourself until you're older. Pulled my kid when they pledged to the rainbow flag in school. Oh my Lord.
See, my boys, they're in high school, and then Taylor, she's in 3rd grade. If I had to do it over, I'd probably homeschool Taylor. The boys are about done. I'm not too worried about them.
Yeah, we've got them through it. I tell you, the biggest thing, though, I think, is to just have open discussion. Talk to your kids. Find out what's going on. Because if you don't, somebody else will.
Thank goodness, like where we live, I don't think it's pushed as hard as probably big cities and stuff.
Yeah, it's not as bad where we are, but like in anywhere on the West Coast, it seems like to me shit is just gone. Like I showed the other day on my live a video of Portland. In Portland now, they've legalized drugs. You can have so much drugs on you, no problem. You can steal a car and be out the next day, steal it, another one, be out the next day, just repeatedly.
It's crazy stuff.
You can shoplift up to hundreds of dollars without even being arrested. It's mind-boggling, the things that are going on. So you need to really watch your kids and try to keep an open conversation.
It's a crazy life or a crazy world. It's the upside down world.
A lot of girls are called tomboys when they're young, but they grow out of it.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't want them getting the chance to grow out of it.
Yep.
You got it.
Everybody, kids can be confused, you know.
And after they're on all them drugs and all that crazy stuff, they're not going to have a choice. You're ending their ability to make a choice when they're older.
Yeah. Then I hear all these adults coming out like, I want to go back to my other, gender.
Yeah. They regret doing it.
Yeah.
And, you know,
It's-
once you've gone so far, you're out of options mostly. But we don't want to rant on that. We want to thank everybody for coming and bearing with us. We're
Yeah,
really
thank you,
sorry. The
Cut out
internet
the-
issues. Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead. We were just talking at the same time. I said I'm sorry it cut out a couple times.
Yeah, I apologize for that. We really, nobody hates it worse than us when it screws up. And, y'all, I'm sure y'all have been through it with your own internet.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
But thanks everybody for coming. We really appreciate it. I think we're going to start trying to do a regular live on Saturday too.
Yeah.
That way everybody's off work and all that. More people can be involved. But I thought we had a really good discussion today.
Yep.
And everybody remember to pray for Summer and pray she's still out there. And until there's no hope, we have hope. Remember that. And
Could still be solved. Definitely.
still could find her.
One person come forward with the information we need, it'll be solved.
That's all it takes. That's exactly right.
One person talking.
Well, thank you, Mary Gross. We love you too.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you for helping today.
And everybody that's hit their 1-year membership, thank you so much. It means a lot to us that you stuck with us that long. That's a long time to stay with us. We appreciate it a lot. We feel like we know a lot of y'all pretty well.
Yeah.
And everybody that's here new, thanks for being here. Everybody that watches the videos, thank you. Try to have a video out this week. Me and Brandy's been working on doing them together. Brandy's on camera.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see you guys soon. Hopefully Saturday and
It'll probably be evening, Saturday evening.
yeah, Saturday in the PM, hopefully. Thanks everybody for coming. Y'all have a great week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.